What do we owe our friends? And what do our friends owe us? I, for one, despite a lot of the internet discourse that says that we're not entitled to our friends' support or anything like that, I actually do believe that we are entitled to our friends' support, love, respect, all of those things. And honestly, I think you should feel a little bit entitled too. And so hopefully by the end of this video, I change your mind a little bit and get a little bit into my reasoning as to why this like popular internet rhetoric of your friends don't owe you anything and you don't owe your friends anything isn't exactly the healthiest for our relationships. Hello everyone. My name is Vani. Welcome to my channel. Here on my channel, I talk about living gorgeously, joyously, beautifully, all the things before having life figured out. Because honestly, who has life figured out? I know I don't. And if you're here, you probably don't either. So welcome to my community. So let's get into it. If you see me looking down, it's because I wrote a few notes about this. This is discourse that I've been hearing that, I don't know, is kind of icky to me. And I have some ideas as to why it feels icky. When we talk about friendship, we talk about a mutual exchange of love, respect, support, dedication, loyalty, all of those things, right? I think all of those qualities are what makes a friendship great. And if we don't give that out and expect that in return, can we really call that a strong friendship? And this is not to say that you should expect this behavior out of everybody, right? You have your friends, and you have the people that you're cool with. You may go out to party with, you may go out to brunch with them, but like, you don't really consider them like part of your inner circle, right? So I know this is the internet and we can lose a little nuance here sometimes, but for all intent and purposes, I am talking about people who are your actual friends or who you want to get to know on a close, deep level, right? This discourse of not being entitled to things when it comes to friendship is really weird because I don't hear people talk about this with like boyfriends, girlfriends, spouses, husband, wives, right? Like no one will ever say, oh, well, your husband is not entitled to give you to give you his support, or your wife isn't entitled to give you her support, right? We understand that within marriage, relationship, partnerships, whatever you want to call it, right? That there's an expectation that someone will support you, right? It's part of the deal. And so for me, part of the confusion is that why don't we expect that with friends? Friendship is really important, right? And in some ways can be more important and last longer than our partnerships, right? Partnerships that includes marriage. And we don't take friendship seriously enough. We don't value it enough. Because I think if we did see friendship for the serious commitment that it was, for the value that it provides in our lives, in many ways more so than a romantic partnership, I don't think we'll say things like, oh, well, your friends aren't entitled to support you or be there for you. So many people talk about wanting community and wanting a real community. And having a real community is, how do I say this? Having a real community comes with a level of responsibility. I don't want to say obligation because obligation has a negative connotation. It comes with a level of responsibility, right? In order to have that mutual aid, in order to have that village, people have to know that they can rely on you, and you have to know that you can rely on those same people, right? That is how community is built. That is how things work. That is how we build stronger bonds with ourselves, our family, our friends, the world at large. If we don't expect anything from anyone and vice versa, how do we ever get to have community, right? Maybe we can perform community, right? We can fake it. But after a while, when ish really hits the fan and you really need someone to be there for you, where is that community performance going to lead you, right? Like, where are those people actually going to be when you need them, when you get injured or you have a diagnosis, or like maybe you break up with someone, a friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, you just need somebody to talk to, right? Maybe you just had a really bad day at work and you want to talk to somebody and commiserate, right? If we perform community and we don't actually have real community, where are those people when you need them? And where are you going to be when they need you? It's pretty weird because for me, I consider myself a good friend. I am very confident in that assessment. I know this is the internet, you guys don't know me. But I hear this from all of my friends that I am a great friend. And so I'm going to take that validation. I support, I love, I'm consistent, I am there for people. And if I do all of those things for people that I really consider my friends, I do absolutely expect that back. I do feel entitled to that same support and love and respect. And of course, this is not going to be to the same intensity all the time, right? Like, I'm going through a hard time right now. I have friends going through hard times. I may not always be there in the way that I want to be there all the time. And of course, that's perfectly human. But I'm talking about, if you look at my track record, baby, I'm consistent, right? And that consistency doesn't excuse me from my friendship responsibilities, for lack of a better phrase. I feel like this is part of a larger narrative of people feeling numb, people being really proud to detach, right? Whether it's detaching from friendships, detaching from situationships, detaching from relationships. We don't expect anything from the people that we claim to love. We have a hard time being vulnerable and asking for help, even though studies show that people actually do want to help you when you ask for help. People are more than happy to help. It's seen as almost cringe, right? To care, to be vulnerable, to ask for help, to ask for support, to call a friend and say like, hey, I'm having a really bad day. Do you want to hang out? Do you want to take a walk? Do you want to grab a drink? Do you want to grab a quick bite to eat? And I find that so weird because I am old enough where I don't remember that. I don't remember friendship in the way it's displayed now. What am I trying to say? Maybe I'll take that part out. But I feel like the way friendship is now versus how it was growing up is so different. Of course, because we're all adults now. But I just don't remember the discourse of like detaching and not caring being as big as it is now. I'm sure a lot of it is like social media discourse and just being online. But the one thing about online culture is that it eventually seeps offline, right? We can't deny and say that the things that we see online only stay online, because they don't, right? They're made by people who also live in the same world that we live in. And I find that the things that make life worth living, the things that make us human, the love, the care, the mutual respect, all of those things are being stripped away in the name of being able to say that you detach easily or you never cared. We're being told that caring and having real community is wrong, right? And then we're not surprised when the very community that we really want is being repackaged to us and commodified, right? I'm not going to name companies, but we know plenty of companies that promise that you're going to make new friends, make new connections, meet new people. Where in actuality, meeting new people, making connections does not always have to cost you money or a membership or $100 dinner. What we want in life, true love, great friends, a real community, is on the other side of getting over the fact that you are not a person who can detach. It is okay to be hurt when someone hurts your feelings. It is okay to be hurt after a breakup. It is okay to be vulnerable. It is okay to ask for support for friends, from friends. I don't think there's anything wrong with being entitled to people's love and support as long as you are pouring into those people back. So I'm not talking about relationships that aren't reciprocal. I'm not talking about mean girl behavior. I'm not talking about people who are energy vampires or love to use people. I'm talking about two fairly healthy, emotionally available people entering a bond of friendship. I don't know. I would love to see the discourse of what we consider friendship and what friendship looks like to change. I have been really lucky that I have found and continue to have real community people who are more than happy to step in and help support me when I need it, and vice versa. And I hope that after listening to this video, you feel a little bit inspired to find those people in your life too. Or if you already have those people, hit them up and tell them you're grateful for having them as a part of your community. Thank you all for watching. Till next time, love you all, take care, and see you soon. Bye.